this is Derek, aka Mr. Shred with Masters of Shred, and today we have a very special edition of Talking Shred with the one and only Shredsational, NITA STRAUSS and the Alice Cooper Band. Incredible performance. You just got back on the road?
We've been out on this tour for about a month now.
About a month. Yeah, a little off. My time is a little bad on that, but
it feels like we just started again, though.
Yeah, it was an incredible performance. I gotta tell you, the theatricals involved were absolutely mind-blowing. If you have not seen an Alice Cooper show yet, and you're kind of a newer blood player, you need to get down here and see his show.
Just a sec, Pooch. Can I come in? Just a sec. Okay. Thanks.
You won't regret it at all. So let's get right into it. So what do you do to prepare for instance, the show you just had? What's any pre-game ritual at all you do before you?
Just a lot of stretching, really. Stretch my hands. Like a lot of people think it's enough to just do one of these, and as most of you guys probably know, if you can get kind of a wide shot, this is my most important stretch that I do here. Kind of tilt your head away from your hand and tilt it back, and then to your hand, and you should feel the stretch all the way from your middle finger down to the shoulder. The human body is amazing, and that's it's all connected. So that I think is really, really important. And of course, if you're going to put on a performance, not just stand there and play the guitar, you want to actually warm up your whole body. So stretch your shoulders, stretch your back, stretch your legs, especially the neck, because you don't want to wake up the next morning with what we in the business call a bang over.
And you take the guitar over behind you too. I noticed that, and you swing really hard.
Oh,
so yeah, if you don't do that warmed up, you may have a problem.
Oh yes, I can definitely attest to that.
So would you agree? Then I kind of noticed this, that if you work out before playing guitar, you're actually sometimes play better.
I think I do. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'll ask in the comment section of this video because I find it all the time. All right,
yeah,
so
you get the blood flowing, you get a good pump going,
right?
You look better in pictures.
You're warmed up.
Yeah, there's no
100% true.
Yeah.
So I remember was with you at NAMM, and you were showing off your brand new signature Ibanez Jiva model, right?
Yes.
Now that name, if I look this up correctly, make sure I got this right. In some religions, it is the spirit of an object that actually carries on after death. Is that right?
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. And it's Hindu, and that's exactly the definition. It's basically the part of you that carries on after you're gone. So I thought, what better way to leave my legacy with, the part of me that I hope will carry on.
Very
after
creative.
I'm out of this industry. Thank you.
Very hard to do creative things with the guitar. It seems like everything's been done. Which I have to ask you, that fretboard. Did you come up with that? That heart rate.
Yeah, I love the beaten path inlay. I brought the idea to Ibanez when they did my custom shop, and they loved it. And we thought about a lot of people said in the comments. I read all the comments too. Much to chagrin. But a lot of people said, well, you should have had it glow in the dark. You should have done this, you should have done that. We tested everything. We tried everything out. The glow in the dark. When it's not glowing, it looks a little janky.
Right.
Have you ever seen those stars that kids put on their wall?
Ceiling. Yes,
the ceiling. When they're not glowing, they just look like janky green plastic. So that's why we went with the pearlite.
And mine hold up over time too, up to close stops.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
That one worked. However, you did have a big hand in making those pickups by DiMarzio, right?
Oh yes, yeah. Those were meticulously designed.
Did you pattern them after any specific player?
So the first thing I said to Larry DiMarzio when we talked about having doing the Pandemonium pickups was, I want it to be as if an Evolution and a Deactivator had a baby.
No, okay.
And so Larry's on the phone, and I was about to say, did you hang up? And he's like, okay, we can do that. I was like, okay, good. And so myself, Steve Blucher, Eric Corpus, and Larry, we did more revisions on the pickups than we did on the guitar, actually.
Wow. So the Evolution pickups are more of a, if I'm right, it's medium output, right? And the Deactivator very high.
Very high, yeah.
So in the middle, we have probably the perfect tone.
It's kind of amazing, yeah. I used to use a Deactivator in the bridge and Evo in the neck, and and so I, because I like that tight hush of the Deactivator. I like when you roll off the volume, you don't get a lot of noise. But I love the sustain of the Evo. I love that super song-like quality. It's almost like a vocal quality. So,
okay. Question I have is this: will these DiMarzios, will anybody ever find them in the future at Sam Asher Guitar Center or any music establishment?
Oh yeah.
Separately.
Yeah, definitely.
With your picture on them, like they would for like the Vi and.
Oh yeah, they're gonna sell them.
Awesome.
They're gonna sell them separately. They're gonna be a standalone product from DiMarzio, the neck and the bridge model.
You have to demo those.
I've got my flight out to DiMarzio HQ where we've got a whole demo session set up. It's a true velvet in the middle, by the way. A lot of people think it's a full signature set. I don't think there's been a better center single coil made than the true velvet, so we just
100%. The changeman is good already.
Why? A lot of the guys at DiMarzio said we'll make you a signature single coil, and I said I would just put my name on a True Velvet, and that sucks. Yeah. So I'd rather just use a True Velvet.
Okay, I like the way it is.
One.
That works. And when can players expect to see your guitar hanging on the wall?
Summer.
It's actually really soon. That was cool.
It's not soon enough for me. I know that AMS and Sweetwater are having pre-orders. So I think a lot of people are really anxious to get their hands on it. I think you can pre-order it from some online retailers.
Now, is this a premium line or a prestige or iron label? What kind of Ibanez line are you going for?
It's a signature. So it's not really under any of those labels. It's made in the PT Core factories, which is where the premium ones are made. But it's not, I wouldn't really call it a premium spec guitar. It's more of a prestige spec because it's got the mahogany body, quilts maple top, ebony fingerboard, DiMarzio pickups. It's got the specs of a prestige. Right. So I guess it's kind of in the middle, but the great thing about making it in Indonesia at PT Core is that we can make it affordable.
Exactly.
It's the exact same guitar, the same specs, same wood, same materials. But if it's made in Japan, I would have, Ibanez would have to charge $4,000 for it, and PT Core, street price is going to be $14.99.
Oh, that's actually it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I play it right out of the box. I play the production model. I didn't change a thing on mine. It's got the Edge 02 bridge. It's got the exact same neck. It's got it's the exact same guitar I play.
I was actually going to ask you what trem you use. So you just told me there.
Yeah, that one's an Edge 02. I'm a ZR trem girl for life. I think the ZR trem is amazing trem, but they seem to be phasing it out. They don't want to put it on new guitars. Right. And the Edge 0, I think they're also not, they're replacing it with the Edge 02. So I like the screw-in bar. The screw-in bar is a deal breaker for me. As you guys who have seen me play see, I use the bar in its set position a lot. And if it's wiggling around like the Low Pro, in the original Edge, I just can't do it.
It's hard to deal with it.
Yeah.
And the worst thing you have with those bars that kind of it depends how you gotta wind them in, or like a Floyd Rose, you gotta actually.
Yeah.
Those always come loose. I got a Kiesel, it's off all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't put Loctite on it.
You know what? We'll see. But if you put Loctite on it, then you can't move it.
No, you can't take it off. It stays. So you rip it off.
What did we use? We used. Oh my gosh! I can't believe I'm blanking. It was a certain type of tape.
Teflon.
Teflon tape. Yeah. Teflon tape. Yeah. And I had never used it on my guitars before. I never had a use for it. I thought I'd use all these little tricks. And Teflon tape on the underside of the bar.
That worked. Yeah. Okay, that's actually pretty good news. So, question I have for you is, who would you say is one of your biggest influences? And you probably get this all the time, but people want to know this question. For guitar. Vi. Okay.
Vi is the guy.
I read that Crossroads brought you to a crossroads in your life.
Yes.
Where you want to play guitar. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Question for you then would be this. Would you say that technique you do, that kind of signature move I call it, where you lift up the bar and you tabletop it, did you get that from Vi?
I got everything from Vi.
Okay. When I say all the same thing.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but I think Vi was the first person to do it, and man, you tried doing that without a screw-in bar.
Oh hell no!
I did it actually on a rig rundown, and it was awful because I said, look, you can hold the guitar up by the bar, and the thing just fell. I was like, oh gosh, it's on YouTube. It's easy to find.
It's not a safe thing to try.
Yeah. But yeah, it's I say often that I'm still aspiring to be as cool as Steve Vai was in Crossroads to this day. Yeah.
Speaking of Vi, do you own a gem?
I do. I have a few actually.
I figured you probably had a gem.
Yeah, I have a floral, which I just got last year, and I have a swirl, and I have a 777 SK.
Perfect guitars.
Yeah.
I tried the Woody Premium, and I fell in love with it.
Oh, it's amazing.
It looks so gorgeous, too.
And and they did those CNC DiMarzios like I have, the Woody, which I absolutely love.
That guitar is beautiful to me. This is on the wall, it's a piece of art.
Yeah.
But,
I'm sorry, how many guitars do you have? Off the cuff question, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. I really don't know.
All right. Release that later.
No, I will say this. I still have every guitar that I've ever had except one. And it was, I had this BC Rich. When I first started playing guitar, I was, a few years after I started playing guitar, I was teaching guitar lessons. I was in high school. And I was saving up all my money for this BC Rich acrylic platinum Warlock. Do you guys remember the acrylic platinum?
Guitars, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Things made out of plexiglass. It weighed 13.5 pounds. The Jiva weighs 7 pounds as comparison. So it's half the weight. The thing, it had no sustain, the worst pickups ever. And so I played at one show, and then I traded that and $500 for my first car.
Well, that's your car, so that's
well, it was a terrible car. It was a terrible guitar, and it was a terrible car. But you know, as a teenager, that was, you know, it was a cool trade for me. So I still kind of wish I had it, but I understand my reasons why.
Right. No, that's BC Rich. I had a Mockingbird like that way back like that, and it was, I almost could use it as a coffee table. I think I did. It wasn't that great for me.
Well,
but I will tell you,
it has all the sustain of a coffee table.
Yeah, just about. But you get the USA ones, I find they're totally just beasts.
They
I
make
agree.
great instruments.
Yeah.
Like, you know, BC Rich makes some awesome instruments. They really do. But that was not one of them.
No, absolutely not. That's
Sorry,
not,
guys.
No, I hear you. Well, here's what we're talking about. Shred legend Steve Vai. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I saw a video, and when I first saw it, it blew my mind. Your boyfriend Josh took you
There he is.
on a trick voyage out to Jason Becker's house.
Yes.
And you went in his house, picked up his guitars.
Yes.
Then you took your guitar.
Yes.
And you played Perpetual Burn in front of the man.
Yes.
You know, when I saw it, I was sweating when I saw it. I'm like, wow. And then you play, I'm like, oh, shit. This is legit. Okay, now was this before or after you got with Alice Cooper?
It was after. It was about a year in. Yeah.
Was that song easy to learn for you?
Oh my God, it's the hardest thing I've ever done. There's a reason why I only played the first 2 minutes of it in the video. So the backstory of the whole thing was that Josh, who is my amazing boyfriend, but also my manager, told me that I had a big audition that day, you know, and I had to learn, or, you know, in a few weeks from now, and I have to learn this really, you know, I have to learn something really hard to impress people. And I was like, yeah, no, I know, you know, I know some NAMM scene, I'll just brush up on it. And he goes, no, it has to be something really hard. I had just shown him Jason Becker's Not Dead Yet, which if any of you guys watching this haven't seen Jason Becker's Not Dead Yet, it is on iTunes.
Alright, so what is the status of your side project, the Starbreakers?
Starbreakers is a total side project. There is no real status ever, honestly. You know, it's myself and Jill from Huntress and Courtney from the Iron Maidens and the drummer of my band, We Start Wars, and great bass player Emily Rubidich, and she plays with Paradise Kitty and some other tribute bands. So it's really just a whenever we have time. There's no original music. It's just for fun. When we all happen to be in LA and can book a show, you know, it's
Get it done.
Yeah, we just go play some Metallica and Ozzy and Priest and have fun.
What's your favorite Ozzy song to play?
I like playing Crazy Train because it's fun. You know, like, you know, I know how to play a bunch of other Ozzy, but, you know, Courtney and I, when we play Crazy Train, we do the solo in unison,
right? Which
is so challenging because Courtney's such a technical player, such a proficient player. And she makes me step my game up because if I kind of fudge on some of the notes, then it's really going to show if you're playing in unison and there's no rhythm guitar. So we do that and it really pushes me to step my game up.
It's a classic song. Now, you guys played recently at the Whiskey and the Ayatollah of rock and roll, Chris Jericho, joined you guys for 2 songs.
So much fun. Yeah.
What was that like meeting him?
It was rad. It was, you know, Chris is such a cool guy. You know, I had met him once before that, and he's really, you know, the thing I like the most about hanging out with Chris Jericho is what a big fan of music he is. You know, like, he's super humble, super cool to hang out with, you know, and he was just up in our dressing room talking about Iron Maiden B-sides for, like, kind of, like, a really long time, to the point where we were like, okay, like, we're gonna go. He's like, do you guys remember Reach Out? Like, and we're like, yeah, we used to play Reach Out when Courtney would sing it when we were in the Iron Maiden together, and he was just super nerding out about Maiden and Metallica and, you know, all this stuff. So it was really fun.
He's great. Now, the question is though, at the end of that show, did you make the list?
I did not make the list because I played the Crazy Train solo right. I think the pen would have come out.
I think I would have wanted to make the list, though. That would have been a special moment.
Yeah, right?
So that's actually great. And obviously this leads to the next thing. It's no secret. You are definitely a big wrestling fan.
Oh, yeah.
So who is your favorite wrestler, past or present?
Gosh, you know, it's so hard. It's a hard to pick one. Warrior was the first wrestler that I ever liked. When I started getting into wrestling, I didn't start watching wrestling until just a few years ago. I didn't grow up watching. I didn't have TV growing up. So Josh is the one that introduced me to wrestling, and when I started going back, I have the WWE network and watching all the old stuff. the Ultimate Warrior was like the coolest. You know, he doesn't do any moves. You know, like I love the high flyers. I love RVD, Rey Mysterio.
Which you played the intro for RVD recently.
Yeah, I played RVD's music. Yeah, at PCW Ultra, which is an indie company based in Los Angeles. They had Rob come out as a surprise, and I played Walk for Rob, and man, that was really cool.
Rob Van Dam's a legend. There's just no
He's amazing.
He's one of the best wrestlers
the whole fucking show.
Still to this day.
But you know, to be in that kind of indie wrestling, you know, this company PCW, I go to their events every time I'm in LA and they have one because it's like old school ECW. It's like they're knocking over chairs, running around the ring. You
That's
know,
the best kind. This other stuff, this PG shit, I have a hard time watching it.
No, it's amazing.
Ring of Honor too is like I went to a show, I thought it was ECW all over again.
Yeah.
This is the best shit ever.
Yeah.
Just for all you wrestling fans out there. I'm sure there's a lot because most people that watch wrestling are into metal music and shred and all that kind of stuff.
There's a lot of crossover. There really is a lot. But yeah, this is, you know, like I'm a PCW Ultra fan to the point that like I will stream their matches if I'm not in LA when they have an event going on.
That's awesome. You guys should check them out too, for sure.
Time.
Now, can the fans expect to see the debut of Hurricane Socko anytime on stage?
You know, I have a Hurricane Socko. Did you know that?
Right, you used it to actually mute the strings, right?
I used it to mute the strings. I hadn't thought about bringing it on stage, but I'm going to think about it now. Because I'm just trying to think which hand I can't put it on my fret hand. I'll have to see how well I can hold a pick with a sock on.
Maybe you could just do hammer-ons and hold up this hand.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm going to think about it now.
That could do it too.
It's a great idea. It's, you know, I started the hashtag on that post when I put the Hurricane Socko up, the Hurricane and Sock connection, and people liked it. So I'm going to think about it. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. And I wanted to also talk about this at NAMM. I think it was the 25th of January. You did the Dime Bash.
Yes.
And you played some Pantera songs, some Dime songs. Is that right?
No, Courtney did the Dime set flat out. I played the Trooper with Josh actually playing drums, and what else did we play? Seek and Destroy by Metallica.
Okay.
And then the same night I did Metal Allegiance, and that night, and then we did Prowler and Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden.
Wow.
Yeah.
There are so many great shows that weekend.
Oh yeah.
I
was the only person I know that went to both Dime Bash and Metal Allegiance. Josh and I were the only ones because we had to be at both of them.
You guys didn't go see Extreme, I think it was on Saturday night?
No, we missed Extreme. We missed them, and I'm kicking myself for that one.
It seemed like a pretty good show. But I know Vivian Campbell was playing Last in Line in Deal. I know, fan, he was there attending that too.
Oh, fine.
But here's a question now. I saw a picture with you playing an Ibanez that looked like it came out of Ace Frehley. What was that guitar? It had 4 knobs. It was an Ibanez RG.
Yeah. 3
humbuckers. And I'm going to put it on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to throw that in there.
The Ibanez.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has so many drums. I have so many guitars. I'm opening up cases. And I was like, what is this? He goes, oh, you got to take that on a tour. I was like, really? You know, Kiss isn't my band. We've toured with Ace. I have a lot of respect for Ace. But Ace isn't my guy. Vi's my guy. You know, like... He goes, no, trust me, you got to take this guitar on the road. And sure enough, I mean, this thing it's like a sensation. Everybody loves that guitar.
All right, got me really quick here. I got a fan question. Ready? From Carlos from Laredo, Texas.
Hi, Carlos.
He says, you just became the first ever female Ibanez artist endorsed in your own signature model. And he says, in an alternate universe where Ibanez does not exist, what guitar would you be slinging today?
I would have my own company and it would make Ibanez guitars.
That's a very good answer.
It's true. You know, it is true. And I'm just an Ibanez fanboy like everybody else. I really am. You know, and they don't pay me anything. I've never made a dime from Ibanez except what I make for my clinics. You know, like, they don't pay me except for give me probably the smallest amount of guitars that any of their artists get. Like, I don't get that many. You know, like, it's not like I'm swimming in free guitars or, you know, like, I play Ibanez because I love Ibanez. And when I first met with them in 2008, I said, if you don't want to give me an endorsement, I'll still proudly play Ibanez guitars because I think they're the best guitars there are. And it's true, so I'm just a super Ibanez fan. I really am.
They're great guitars. They really are. You bleed Ibanez.
Right? I have said that. My blood bleeds Ibanez.
Yeah.
And you tell you cut me and it goes like this.
Yeah. Now, our next question comes from Nicholas from Indonesia.
Ah, hello.
Nicholas from Indonesia wants to know, are you going to form a new band this year or release another amazing solo track like Pandemonium, which featured Josh's incredible drumming.
Very
It
incredible.
blew my mind when I saw it. I'm like, oh my gosh. And when I posted that video, by the way, everyone was like, oh shit, dude, that drummer's on fire. I'm like, he really is.
Yeah.
Love it.
Great
guitar work too, by the way.
Thank you. But there wasn't a better drummer. It's I did not choose him because he's sexy as fuck. I chose him because I couldn't think of a drummer that fit the style better and knew the style better. But to answer the question, yes, the instrumental stuff is coming. The shred is on its way. There will be no more new bands. I have enough on my plate. Between We Start Wars, my original project, and the Starbreakers, the cover band, and touring with Alice full time, my main focus is going to be on the shred. So the shred will be coming.
So we'll be featuring a lot more shred from you.
Oh yes.
I try to find videos. It's I'm so limited. I'm like, man, trying to find dig through the archives of YouTube.
Oh nice.
I actually misspell your name sometimes. I find one guy who can't spell it right.
Oh, good idea.
Like, oh, this is gold. No. I keep looking. I got so many of your videos up already. I'm like, I can't repost the same.
I'll get some more stuff
excited.
going for you.
That's gonna be good. New stuff for 2018.
Shred is on its way.
We got another special fan request from a very special lady you may know, Miss Smith.
Mrs. Smith.
Miss Smith has a
Mrs.
question
Smith.
for you.
I love her.
Right? Fantastic. I saw him with Daniel Gortaro at NAMM. Oh shit, metal. But she wants to know, what is your favorite part of the Alice Cooper stage spectacle?
Well, as a stage spectacle lover, Mrs. Smith, I know will appreciate my answer, which is I like the theatrics. I've played a lot of shows. I'm 31. I've been touring since I was 15, and I'm a performer, and I like being in a show where I can be a performer. I don't purposely go out every day during a show and think how can I go crazy? How can I do these big moves? I just do it because that's what I do naturally. I love to play guitar, and the guitar just feels like an extension of my body. So I like to be in a theatrical show.
And I think you said before too that your favorite part of this show is the 15-foot Frankenstein.
It's fun. The Frankenstein's fun. Did you guys
No, I've never seen it before until tonight.
Many times.
The
Double
Frankenstein's
digits.
a lot of fun.
That was incredible. I saw that. I was like, wow, that was awesome.
My favorite little Frankenstein story, we were talking about Ace Frehley off camera a little while ago, and Ace, we just got off tour with Ace in Australia, and he finally watched the show. He hadn't seen the show until one of the last nights, and he was on the side of the stage, and when the Frankenstein came out and chased me across the stage, Ace was dying laughing. I heard Ace Frehley laughing at me, and I heard afterward his band as they were watching, he was going, "She better run! He's gonna get her!"
Ace is having the time of his life.
If I can entertain Ace Frehley, that's a good day.
Yeah, here you go. Right, there you go. Our last question comes from Eliza from Scotland. Eliza from Scotland.
Hello, Eliza.
Thank you for following the page out there in Scotland. Most shredders love to talk about their obsession with practicing the guitar and the hours they put in, but was guitar ever a struggle? Was there ever a point in your progress as a player or in your career that seemed like you hit a wall, and if so, how did you overcome that?
All the time. And I think it happens to every guitar player. I think anyone that says that they've never had a challenge and a struggle and a moment in their playing where they're like, this is not for me, is lying. I remember as a young guitar player crying because I couldn't play an open G chord with both, with the pinky finger and the ring finger involved. I remember crying myself to sleep thinking, how does anybody do this? I was not one of those natural guitar players that just picked up a guitar player and started playing Paganini.
Yeah.
It's a constant struggle. And I think the most important thing is you have to keep falling in love with your instrument every single day. You have to play stuff that's fun to play and not just run scales. And the scales are important, the metronome's important, but divide your practice time up wisely, Eliza, and play stuff that you like to play. If you love Alice Cooper, play some schools out. If you love Dream Theater, that sucks because it's really hard. I love Dream Theater so much. Dream Theater is my favorite band.
Very technical.
And so if you want to play Dream Theater, maybe learn the beginning of Under a Glass Moon or something that's more playable to make it fun. Find ways to trick your brain into thinking that it's not just practice time, it's fun, and that's how I overcome every plateau.
That's great. I know that George Lynch said that when he gets at a stale point, he just stops playing for about 4 days and just hops back on it. He's like, then something creative might come out of it. I
do something similar if I'm stuck on a lick. If I'm stuck on a lick, sometimes I'll just go to bed. Not for 4 days, but I just, if I'm stuck on a lick and I'm just not doing it, I'm not getting it, I do it every once in a while. We'll throw a Kane Roberts era Alice song in the set, and I love playing the Kane stuff. That's my wheelhouse. That's why I'm here.
Kane was a beast.
We can do that stuff. A beast in the gym and a beast on the fretboard.
That Kramer Voyager.
So crazy. But so we have those licks, and sometimes I'll get frustrated, and it happened with Perpetual Burn. It's happened time and time again.
Imagine.
And you just have to go to sleep and put it out of your head, put on TV show that you like or whatever, and literally 10 times out of 10 I'll wake up the next day and I'll be able to play it. It's all mental.
Exactly. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Take note, Eliza. Thank you for the question. Appreciate it.
Power nap.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna make this really quick. I'm gonna do a rapid fire question. Yes
Okay.
or no answers.
Okay.
Or you gotta pick from whatever selection I give you. Okay. So it's gonna be really simple here for you. It's a really simple question. Rick usually answer this one.
Okay.
Van Halen or Van Hagar?
Van Hagar.
I thought I was the only one.
What?
No, Van
I thought I was the only one.
Yeah.
Would you? Okay.
Unpopular opinion, but yes, I stand by it. It's like this. It's not like but Van Hagar is my answer. It has always been my answer, and it will always be my answer.
Okay. Back to the rapid fire questions. Jack Butler or Ralph Macchio?
Jack Butler.
Okay. Randy
Forever.
Rhoads. Forever. Of course, you have it right. Randy Rhoads, Zach Wilde, Jake Ely, or Gus G?
You can't pick. I can't pick.
You can't pick?
No,
Two.
I legitimately can't pick. No, I
Four?
can't. It has to be
All of them?
all of the above. I can't.
Okay. Taking the time out of your busy schedule, you just got off the stage, you sat down here for Talking Shred, you opened up, you told us a lot of great things that maybe a lot of you guys didn't know before.
Maybe.
We look forward to having you on the Shredders Challenge, having you on our page with your instrumental stuff that's come out later this year.
Thank you.
And also, if you want to check out NITA Strauss's social media, do that. Where can they follow you
I'm
at?
Hurricane Nita everywhere. Yeah,
That's
Hurricane Nita and Facebook.